the president, he shocked everyone yesterday. This was quite a thing to see. I mean, he had this like epic rant against Ilhan Omar, you know, the lady from Minnesota, where we now are finding out about a $1 billion fraud that was run by the Somali ring. And I'll tell you, Trump is not having it. He just shut off 19 countries that cannot come here. He's shutting down any ability of these particular countries, of which Somalia is one, to be able to come here. Well, now Ilhan Omar is scrambling, like she's on defense, because Donald Trump came out and had some pretty nasty things to say about her. I mean, this is like epic, even for him, for goodness sakes. I was watching it in real time with you guys yesterday as this just came in. I was like, oh my goodness. And we might have to be careful because he may actually use a bad word in this. But here is Donald Trump talking about Somalia and Ilhan. And wait till you see her response. She's got nothing.
And they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country is no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries, too. I can say it about other countries, too. We don't want them to hell. We have to rebuild our country. You know, our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other. And we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country.
Listen.
Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage.
Wow.
These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain.
And then they complain, and it rhymes with itch.
They got nothing. You know, they came from paradise, and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell, and they complain, and do nothing but...
Ooh, I thought I had it out, sorry.
Let them go back to where they came from and fix it. Thank you very much.
Round of applause, my goodness. I mean... Like I said, this was a lot for even him, but he's kind of had it. Between the $1 billion in fraud, between the, Ilhan Omar being as miserable as she is, and the desire for so many of these people that came here looking for a better life to kind of bring us back to craziness and socialism and communism. And, her husband's worth a fortune. Kind of makes you wonder what's going on there. $30 million allegedly. Net worth as high as $30 million, because you see he has a VC firm that's not really a VC firm. I think it's more of a lobbying firm. And why do we allow that? Why is it that you can be a member of Congress and have a hubby who's a lobbyist? Does anybody see something wrong with that? I think that's pretty damn wrong. And this exists a lot. So there's a lot of women that have hubbies that are lobbyists. Ilhan Omar is one of them. So Ilhan Omar and Somali scammers are the immigrants we don't want, writes Rich Lowry. So Rich is, I don't know if he's really a never Trumper. Can I say that about Rich? I don't know where he stands these days, but he's called out Trump a lot. And on this one, he's like, Trump is totally right. So this is his article in the New York Post. He's over, I think he's still over at National Review. He writes, in the course of her successful life here, very successful, very far from the place that she grew up, in a country characterized by its prosperity, its peace, its prosperity and opportunity, one would have thought that she would have steadily accumulated a debt of gratitude. Most heritage Americans, after all, never become members of Congress or enjoy a net worth as high as $30 million, because the hubby allegedly has a venture capital firm, which really, because I looked at it, seems like a lobbying firm. Sketch. Sus. But no, quite the opposite. In Omar's version, a Washington Post profile noted a few years ago, America wasn't the big-hearted country that saved her from a brutal war and bleak refugee camp. It wasn't a mediocrity that helped her attend college or vaulted her into Congress. Instead, it was the country that had failed to live up to its founding ideals, a place that had disappointed her and so many immigrants, refugees, and minorities like her. It's not just that she came from nothing, he writes, and now is a person with prestige in certain circles. Not this one. And resources. She may well have gotten away with a scheme years ago to marry her brother for fraudulent purposes, he writes. I know Pam has a lot on her plate, but can somebody please look into that? Like, please? Because that would actually be sort of fraudulent if you came here and you married your brother in order to help get some kind of citizenship. That might actually bring a lot of things into question. Just saying. Like, I know we get a lot of priorities right now, but this is why you need a really kick-ass killer team running your DOJ. So Ilhan Omar is now responding to all of this, and she had some kind of lame tweet saying, oh, well, he always just goes back to this. And then she went on, again, one of those networks. They're all kind of the same, honestly. Anyway, she went on one of those nice places where they'll treat her well and they won't ever challenge her, and just went off about Trump. And it's like, okay, come on, honey. You're just back at, we've heard this one before. I mean, it's the same old all over again. Poor Ilhan, scrambling to respond to the president's really direct comments about her and her friends. Watch.
He's always been a racist, a bigot, a xenophobic, and Islamophobic. We know that he called African nations a hole in his first administration. We know that when he came down that escalator, he said he was going to stop Muslim immigration into this country. And so it is not surprising that he is going after Black immigrants in this country. And it's certainly not surprising that he's choosing a Black immigrant community that is also Muslim. But what I would like to say is that most of us are citizens. On our passport, it says we are nationals of this country. We love that Minnesota has welcomed us. Many of us have not been settled in Minnesota. We chose it as a home because the Minnesota people and the state is beautiful and very welcoming. And we are going to be here regardless of what the president has to say.
I agree. I love the tweet.
Oh, I agree. Well, very welcoming. I mean, very welcoming. So welcoming that you guys were able to, rig some kind of system where allegedly you took $1 billion right out of taxpayers' hands. I mean, it's so welcoming because, they just are nice people there in Minnesota. And look what happened. So, maybe the president's right. Maybe you can't be that nice. Maybe we don't even have to put it on Donald Trump. Maybe we go back to the soundbite I played for you earlier. 1989, Joe Biden saying, we got to be tougher. We got to take the criminals out. We actually have to be a whole lot tougher. He was complaining the Republicans weren't doing enough. Oh, yeah, things have changed.